Today's tutorial is on tables in Microsoft Excel. As always, our presentation is presented by Eddie Lowe from Eddie Lowe LLC. Visit us at www.eddie-lowe.com. So on today's agenda, we're going to be looking at how to convert a list or a range into a table, convert a table into a range, format the tables, and add a total row. So here we are in our Excel workbook. As you can see in my worksheet, I have a list of projects and information that goes along with it. The information here, it's pretty hard to read and it's not in a format that I can easily use the information. So there's a couple of things that we can do to make this data a little bit more usable. The first thing we can do is that we can add a filter to this information. So I can come up here to this row that has our headers, and we can come over to the data table and hit the filter key. Now the filter key will allow us to come into our information and be able to sort our data. For instance, if we wanted to sort by the state, we can come in and we can do that by just hitting that button. We can also use it to filter out data. So for instance, let's say that we just want those projects that were in Florida. Here we can filter for just that information. So we can clear the filter from it. The information is now in a format that we can use to gather some of our data and reduce it down to what we need. However, it would be nice to have this in a visible format that we would like to be able to see. So, colored in this blue uh, or made a banded chart. Now you can see that the information is a little bit more visible. However, it's still not optimized for good use. For instance, let's come over and sort by our project managers. As you can see, our banding has really moved around to stay associated with those rows and hasn't continued to be in a format that's really, again, readable. So let me go back in now and unhighlight or unfill all of these cells. Okay, now that I have all of the cells unformatted, we could create a data chart to be able to use the information a little bit more effective. So everything that we've just done, we can do that easier with just a couple of mouse clicks or shortcut keys. For instance, if I come in and I highlight all of my data, I could come up to the Insert tab and hit Table. And it's going to ask me now, where do I want to create my data? Where are the tables? So where's the data at? So I've highlighted that information. I do have header rows. And now that banding is automatic. So as you can see, if I come in and sort, now all of the banding stays where it was. Another benefit of having this inside of a table is that we can manipulate the data just a little bit easier as well. So for instance, I can come down here and I can tell so I can come here and I can tell Excel to add a table or a total row to our table. So it automatically does the last column, but you have this drop down now here on our sheet, and you can see it defaulted to accounting since it is text in this. I could come back and add none, but if I want to add all of my expenses together and sum those, I can come in and tell it to do a summation. Again, by clicking the drop down, I'll come in and tell it to sum. Same thing in this column. Now for this one, the margin, it's not really uh, usable in this form or for summations, so let's just tell it to do an average of all of those. So I can again come in and sort all of my information. So for instance, if I wanted to just look at those projects uh, that happen to be in Maryland, I can do that and it comes up and it automatically adjusts all of these sums. So again, let's do a combination and do these areas. And as you can see, once again, it automatically updates these rows. So that makes the tables a lot more useful. Let's go up and clear all of our filters. And I'll show you a shortcut for doing this information. So for instance, let's get rid of the chart formatting here. And the way that we can do that is first, let's just go ahead, come up to our table design and remove our total row. Uh, if I click anywhere in the table and I come down and right click, we can see table and we can convert this back to a range. So now we're back to a format that does not have uh, any of the filters and the banding is by the row. So if we were to sort this, then we would go back to just having the normal banding. Um, let's unhighlight or unformat all of these, go back to no fill, and then on this top row, we'll make this automatic. And a quick shortcut key that goes along with this is I can click anywhere within my data range and I can hit the shortcut combination of Control T, and we see that we still have the same create table format. Where's your data? Do you have a headers? And we click OK, and we're right back to where we were. We can also quickly format our data. Let's say we don't like blue by coming up here and using under the table design menu, and we can choose a color schemes to best fit how we want to see whatever we think is the most pleasing, or within your organization you may have a certain set of colors for different types of charts. So that makes it very useful. Another useful tip with tables is that you can name your table. For instance, if we want to just call this projects, now we can use that, and this becomes a named range. So that's pretty much it on tables. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll answer those as soon as I can. Also, if you'd like to see any specific topics on Microsoft Excel or another Microsoft Office product, please comment below. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And feel free to visit us at www.eddie-low.com. Again, thank you.